All right. What's going on? Little lounge talk episode. Got my boy Funk here to talk sports to me, shoot the shit.
What's up?
We'll start off with the Dodgers, man. Was I dead wrong about the Dodgers or what?
We kind of, it wasn't wrong for the last 10 years they dominated, but they finally got over the hump.
Freezing cold take by me, I guess. I tweeted 10-7 last year or whatever, or 12-7. Spent all that money on Ohtani just to lose in October, and they proved me wrong. But I'm happy for Ohtani. I'm happy for Freddie Freeman. I'm happy for Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
They're kind of the modern day Yankees where they just pay to get the best players and pay their way to the World Series, which I kind of don't respect about them. But listen, they won. They were the better team. The Yankees choked. They were up 5-0.
Awful. 3 errors in that fifth.
You know, I wasn't shocked by 2 of the errors. Judge dropping that ball in center field was
Insane.
I mean, he's your best player. You can't drop that in the World Series.
And what's up with pitchers just not covering first base anymore?
Yeah, I mean,
Edwin
listen,
Diaz.
that was a blunder by Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole earned his pinstripes here that night. Like he pitched well. I'm impressed with Garrett Cole because he was pretty shaky all year. I mean, he's always hurt or missing time, and Game 5 of the World Series steps up. He didn't want to come out either.
Right. And it's crazy. The Dodgers they had an elimination game weeks ago against the Padres, and they just absolutely dominated ever since.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like you start your lineup with Ohtani, Mookie, Freddie Freeman. It's going to be tough to beat you in a series anytime. You think about it. They're missing their 2 best pitchers, too. They're missing Ohtani and Tyler Glass now. Think about that. Wait till next year. Like,
did Kershaw pitch?
I don't think so, but they showed him with his shirt off, and he looks like he's a straight dad, bro. He's got to retire.
He didn't look like he was pitching anytime.
Probably for the better, honestly.
Yeah, he's a legend. Good for him.
He's a legend. He kind of choked a lot in the postseason.
Yeah,
he had his shine a couple years ago, but
they're pretty rootable. Like they're not a hateable team. Like you said, Ohtani, Mookie, Freddie. Like those are all good dudes.
Dude, Freddie, World Series MVP. Like you love to see that. Like he's the man.
He is the man.
He went through a lot this year with his
son.
His son. He's one of the good guys you root for in sports, Freddie Freeman, no matter if he's a rival or not. Obviously, Phillies, as Philly fans, we don't. I was kind of conflicted as a Phillies fan. Like, I don't want to root for the Dodgers because they're always going to be there now, but I also don't want to root for the Yankees because they're Cubs. It's all good. Keep going. But, yeah, it's fine. I didn't want to root for the Yankees, but I don't know. I felt myself wanted the Yankees to win last night just to see Game 6.
Game 6. If the Yankees came back from 3-0 and won it all, you'd never hear the end of it.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
We don't need that.
So good for LA. Good season.
Yeah,
of baseball.
I mean, listen, they spent the money.
Yeah.
That's what they did what they should have done. I mean,
they're setting a precedent.
From a betting perspective, that was the chalk from both leagues.
For sure.
Yankees, Dodgers.
I mean, the Yankees had a pretty easy path that maybe didn't set them up for success once
they got
to the best team.
Think about last year. Last year was the complete opposite of the chalk. It was Diamondbacks, Rangers.
Yes. Wow.
And I would say that this was probably a more viewed World Series because of the 2 teams, like the history behind both teams.
Without a doubt.
I mean, Diamondbacks, Rangers, good Cinderella stories, but like.
Yeah, no.
I didn't tune in that much last year.
Didn't have much.
This year, I made sure to put it on like after the 5th inning.
Yeah, I watched like the end of exactly like Monday night. Watched the end of that game.
This might be a hot take, but I feel like the older baseball fan, the older crowd, is watching the World Series every game through and through. Like I want to watch after the 5th inning.
Yeah, my dad was like, "Put the game on." I'm like, "It doesn't start for 30 minutes."
Same. My dad was like,
I'm like,
"You see this?
What do we need to watch for?"
Some other old heads I talked to, they're like talking about the World Series game. I'm like, to me, it's not as important as it used to be if the Phillies aren't in it.
Right, and we also the attention span thing. Like, I don't need to watch 3.5 hours. Like, if my team's in it for sure.
Yeah, like when the Phillies are on, like I'm locked in on every inning, every pitch.
Yeah, I totally agree. But good for them.
Yeah, what do you think Soto's going to do?
I just don't see the Yankees letting him go. Like
I don't see them letting him go either. I mean, Judge is just like.
However, there's going to be teams throwing him an absurd bag, even if it's just to up the ante and make the Yankees pay. Phillies.
I don't see why Stephen Cohen can't say $700 million.
Or Middleton.
No, the Phillies are not getting Juan Soto.
I mean, they're going to throw it out there. They're going to throw him an offer.
There's no reason.
He's a Boris client, so is Bryce.
I would love Juan Soto. Don't get me wrong, but I want to win. I want to win with like underdogs. I want to win with grinders.
Yeah.
And it's hard in this day and age where like you got Say if the Dodgers get Juan Soto, like, dude, what?
That's insane. Or Corbin Burns, I saw tweeted something. Maybe he might go to LA.
He can go to LA. I'm cool off of him.
Yeah.
Like, he's a loser.
Yeah.
He's not a loser, but I'm not scared of Corbin Burns.
No.
I'm scared of Otani, Glass now, whoever else they got pitching.
Mookie, Freddie, they're just winners. Bueller pitching the ninth.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
and
big offseason for baseball. I mean, Soto and Burns alone is two massive, massive pulls.
I'm like not the biggest believer in Corbin Burns. I don't know if it's because I like bet against him on
Right.
the Brewers when he was on the Brewers. Like
Right.
I know he's a fade in big games.
Right. Either way, he's going to get a bag.
Yeah,
and
Juan
impact
Soto.
somewhere.
Juan Soto's he can
real-
get 700 million,
A real difference maker.
which is crazy. 700 million sounds crazy, but
He deserves it.
someone's going to easily offer him 500 million, and then someone's going to up the ante with 600.
I just don't see a world where the Yankees don't
No,
give him an offer.
because think about the Yankees. Like they got Judge.
They already paid him though. He's set.
Yeah,
for
they got
life.
Judge, and then
Other than that,
they don't scare me anywhere else.
Volpe's a young kid.
Yo.
Jazz is cool.
Volpe, I'm always going to be rooting for Volpe.
I agree. I think he's like so underrated.
It's not even that. Just the whole
a
story
leader.
about Volpe. Like, dude, you think about the Bronx, you think about New York, you think about Derek Jeter and the history of the Yankees.
Right.
That kid wanted to be in the moment. He wanted to
Yankees
be the
need
shortstop for the Yankees, and he hits a grand slam in the World Series. Like, think about playing in your backyard as kids.
Yeah.
Like, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
he
my
did
God.
that. Like, he did that, and that's so cool.
It is cool, and like that's a tough position to play, especially in that city. And he's been, he's been everything they've needed.
How about all the New York teams losing on
on the same
Equinox?
day? Yeah.
Yeah.
Including like the soccer team. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
we should have just faded New York on the Equinox.
I mean, talk about the Jets. They're god awful.
Jets might win tonight, though. Jets
agree.
line.
I agree.
I think Devontae Adams wake up game. Not wake up, get right game.
And,
Get right
and,
game.
and Houston's kind of been teetering on like what is up with them.
I think they're hurt, obviously, with Diggs and Nico Collins, but I just haven't been that impressed. Like,
Stroud's been so nothing special. However, Mixon was quite a
Mixon's
pickup for them.
amazing.
He really is.
Mixon's amazing. I just haven't been that impressed with Stroud. Like, I wanted, they're 6-2. I mean, 6-2, 6-2.
He was like an MVP candidate going into the year. He just
But
hasn't
I
done
just
it.
like haven't seen it from him. That could be because they're injured, and Nico Collins could really be that good.
Right.
There's something about it where like I never believed in Nico Collins.
Right.
I wouldn't really bet on him, and then every game he's just 100 for a touchdown.
Now he just is unbelievable.
Now it's
And
is he the X factor for them where they need him? Like they don't really get Dalton Schultz involved that much with him.
well, now without Diggs, I would figure Tank Dell.
You could open it.
All right, one sec.
Tank Dell's good. Tank Dell's quick, but he's not our wide receiver one. Yeah, sit down, bro. Sit down. You could offer in 2 cents, but don't be yapping away.
Yeah.
I got a V-neck on. This could be a bad
Yeah. Yeah, so Tank Dell, he's been scoring a lot. A couple guys I know had him over the weekend. I actually think maybe Robert Woods finds the end zone tonight.
He's on Houston.
He's on Houston.
Good player.
Plus 650.
Great player. He just got lost in Tennessee for a couple of years.
Got lost in Tennessee, traded from LA. He was good in LA. I mean, he's old, but they love Xavier Hutchinson. John Michie.
Yeah.
John Michie could find the end zone from Alabama. Former
Yeah.
Alabama great.
Yeah. And
But
had
it's a 40
cancer.
it's a 42.5 total. Like,
It's not very high. And the defenses are so bad.
but the thing is, all of the primetime games with the
Stay
shitty
under.
teams have been going over.
Okay.
They've all been going over, so I think we get good teams, stinker game.
We got Dylan over here. He's been pretty hot. Any tips for tonight?
This guy has been hot.
No, you know, I.
We can't, they can't hear you.
They
so.
can't really hear you.
Yeah, so I don't want to hear the echo.
I can hear. I'll plug it in.
No, I'm just right here.
Yeah, but I gotta plug it in.
Yeah, it's a whole lot.
Nah, all right, whatever. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk and I don't want to mess up the
You saw
the
that
audio.
last night and missed by 1-3.
Yeah, I missed by 1 through last night. We'll get to that. We'll get to that eventually.
Jaron Jackson, I saw it from a mile away. He was hadn't hit threes in a game.
Dylan,
this
nobody can hear you. The cameras don't work over there. Only this one works, bro. You're just going to be audio. This guy, I got a guy here. He just yaps, but he's been hot on the bets. He's like, give me a channel. I'm like, no.
Nah, I don't want a channel.
But no,
You gotta sit like closer to the mic. Well, you won't be on camera.
I took Devontae Adams tonight over 55.5 yards. I just think that's a smash spot. It's got to be a smash spot.
That's his over-under is 50.
55.5 on Bet365. You don't use Bet365. It's not going to reach.
Don't even worry about it, brother, man.
Nah, don't even worry about it because I don't. This isn't like conversation shit. Just I want to get this in and out.
This is just a little 30-second thing for the game tonight, right?
No, this is a full episode that I got to post and get content out of. All right, we can get content out of it. Is it plugged in? You're mic'd up.
Talk to him.
Can you hear me?
Talk.
Testing. One,
Talking
two.
to the mic.
Yo.
Put the mic, angle the mic up to your face.
I mean, it's like. on a
Bro,
fucking
no,
couch.
this. Yeah, there you go.
Twist that.
There you go. God, some guys are just so stupid, and this guy's one of them. But his bets are hitting, so I can't call him stupid.
That's fine. You can keep it like
You know,
$5 to win. How much you won off $10?
I'll win.
No, how
like-
much have you won in the last 3 weeks off $10?
Like 1,500.
1,500
And
off
my
$10.
unit's $5, standard unit.
Can
know,
you
if
hear
I
him?
s-
Yeah.
Last night I liked Shy, triple double, took that straight for $5, but I'm not taking a straight bet if it's under like plus 2,000.
Yeah, so
as,
that-
as stupid as that is, like, but my unit's small.
No, but that's the funny thing though, because I know guys that are your FanDuel's probably up all time with like nothing wagered.
Yeah, my lifetime up is like $2,000 and it hovers in that area. And then when I'm doing bad, I'll lose like 500 and then hit like a $700 bet to get back. And then it'll
Yeah,
be
so
like,
you are just like you're not necessarily trying to make money.
well, yeah, like
You're
the
trying
way-
to stay in the game and then give yourself a chance to like explode one time.
Correct me
Pause.
if I'm wrong, but people who professionally gamble, not necessarily someone like yourself that's more of a gambling consultant, but they literally bet every day of the season and they throw out the same number of bets on straight bets and they don't care if they miss 49 and hit 50. All they need to do by the end of the season is net one and their unit's like 10 grand. So
Yeah.
you're betting big units and all
Well,
you
those
want
guys-
to do
yeah.
is be up one unit at the end of the season and you're
Yeah,
good.
those guys in Vegas
How do
that
they
do
do
that
that?
for a living,
Yeah.
their bankroll's probably
Millions.
2 million, 3 million.
Millions.
They're gonna go to the casino every day. They're gonna put a $10,000 ticket in, or they're gonna put 3 $10,000 tickets in. You go 2 and 1, make 10 grand.
That's crazy.
Go and 3, lose 30 grand. You gotta hope you got
What's your take on? I like the approach that you and Tommy take and your team, but what do you say about these ads that you see in your algorithm scrolling on Instagram? And it's like, it sounds like a cheesy car salesman.
Well,
when
yeah,
they're
that's-
like, we win,
Yeah.
winning
No one
all the
always
time.
wins. No one always wins. Like that's the hardest thing for people to understand this aspect of the business. No one's always going to win. So you see those ads, and that's exactly what we try not to be. But
Yeah.
you've seen us doing more ads, but we want to be more like authentic. Like, dude, we're not always going to win. Like, I had the worst baseball season ever. I'm very open about it. Basketball and baseball. I mean, basketball and football, like, I'm right there every day. I'm winning some, I'm losing some. But, like, there's people that go on Instagram, like, you have to bet with me.
Yeah, I saw somebody
You're a
talking
cornball,
shit
bro.
on Tommy, and then they like went through his tweets, and like a month ago he was like, "You're the goat."
Yeah, and that's the
ebbs
thing. Like
and
Twitter,
flows.
Twitter is such a crazy place. Like, you got people hiding me. Like, no one would ever say if they were sitting right here with me, they'd be like, "Yeah, dude, like, it's so hard to win every bet." Like,
Yeah, everybody
I
knows
commend
that.
you, but on Twitter, they'll hide behind their tweets, be like, "Yeah, you're a bitch," or like, "You stink," or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
bro, you would never say it to my face.
What I notice about both you guys is you always make a point to say, like, you don't need to follow every play. We're just showing you what we like, and you can base your own picks off of that, which I like
Yeah.
because you see a lot of people. If you hop in the Discord and you and Tommy are each putting out, call it between NFL and NBA in a single day, 10, 15 plays each, and
a
someone
lot.
feels the need to ride every single one of those,
Right.
your bankroll is gonna
Yeah.
be gone in 2 days.
It's a lot. And what I say to that from our perspective is I tell Tommy this all the time. Like, we got to cover the spots that we like. Like, last night I liked Davion Mitchell assist, but I just took his over 5.5. But I should have taken his double too, but I was
Right.
just a little trigger shy because I know it's a lot of bets for some people sometimes. So I want to kind of just
Yeah.
focus on the winning. But you got to cover your spots. You got to make sure that you're covered in every spot because how many times does someone say, "Oh, I like this," and
Yeah.
don't take it, and it wins,
Right.
and you walk away with nothing.
Right.
Walk away with nothing. Like, I walked away with, I had a good night last night, but I should have had a crazy night. Like, SGA went 2 of 11. Donovan Mitchell went 4 of 12, 4 of 10 from 3. What else did I get fucked on? Pause.
I didn't see it honestly.
And I just didn't take Davion Mitchell all the way up assist. I just took his base. So that one, cool.
Has NBA been fun so far? To be back?
Yeah, so NBA is cool because there's opportunity every night to make money.
Right.
Like, I'm not kidding. Like, every night in the NBA, you could change your life.
Right.
One night in the NBA could change your life.
Especially like 3 years ago. It's a little harder
Dude,
now.
it's harder now, but like all it takes is one like night. You could put out a $5 lotto to win 100,000 every night. Every night,
And that's fun.
one night of the season, you could hit or get close.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
And if it's $5 and you're having fun,
I don't do that, but I see so many people on Twitter or in the Discord that like.
and Dylan
they
kind
do
of
that.
does similar
This guy
stuff.
Well, it's
does
like
that.
when you're knocking on the door.
I'm knocking, bro. I'm knocking
Well,
every
and then
night.
it's like I wonder this. I
Put
want,
the mic
I
to
want
your-
your
put the-
take on
Yeah,
this.
just tilt
Do
it
you
up a
guys
little.
think that it could be a little bit of both baked into there? But do you guys think the odds like are based on the first few games of results? Like for someone hitting 3 threes, for example, if
No.
they hadn't hit 3 threes yet this year,
probably don't
or is it
do it.
more predicated on last season, or just a little bit of both baked into there?
that's not what it's predicated on at all.
What's
Well,
it?
if you look
Volume,
at it, yeah, don't touch
Vol-
the mic.
Okay.
don't touch the mic. It shakes.
leave it there.
Feel it.
We'll just tilt it up and keep it close. But
Yeah.
you look at a guy like Hawkins on the Pelicans. You know what I'm talking
They
about?
haven't adjusted to him yet. Like
Right.
he's last night we had him for 20 at plus 3 or
How many does he
240.
Did that hit?
Yeah, he shoots like 12 threes a game when all these guys are out. Like they
Yeah.
haven't adjusted for that. But you look at a guy like Dante DiVincenzo. We'll take him for example. Like they're still basing his numbers off of
Right, and he's struggling.
his opportunity, like his volume, his opportunity. He's not hitting his numbers,
He's shooting a lot though.
but he's shooting a lot. The volume's there. SGA last night. I would never take SGA last year. 4 threes plus 400.
Yeah,
He shot 11 threes.
that's a lot.
Exactly.
11
You go for who shoots the most.
But not always. Like I personally, in the past, have liked to go for the role players that are not gonna, like KCP threes. I've
Right.
taken it
Well,
twice
he
here.
shoot-
He's gonna
and
play.
The thing about KCP, like you just said,
He's gonna play.
He plays a lot of minutes. Like you wonder, even if he's struggling shooting, like I think he just kept.
He has- I don't
the
know-
Magic last night, I was following along the box score thing, and
Oh,
they
wait,
just kept
he's-
firing 3 after 3 after.
He's not on Denver anymore.
He's on the Magic.
He's on the
guy.
Magic. So I've taken him I've taken him almost every game to make 3 threes in a parlay, and like I don't know if he's done it yet. So to me, just like Cat last night got his game right.
Right.
At some point, KCP is going to find his game, his role, and make
Well,
his
he's
threes.
good for 3 threes, like
No, he's not.
good amount of nights.
No,
I would
he's
say
not.
He is.
He's not good for 3
He
threes.
had two. He had one in the very beginning of the first quarter, and then he got one in the second half. But he was shooting like
He shoots.
shot a bunch.
He shoots, but I'm not going to say he's good for 3 threes every night.
Yeah.
He's plus 300 every night.
And he's still like figuring out his role on this team, so it's hard to like know what and
Well,
what you're gonna get every
time
night.
out, time out. Can we talk about how good Paolo is?
Stud, yeah.
Dude, he is amazing.
He could be MVP.
I don't
They're
know
not
why-
going to be good enough for him to win.
I don't
it.
know why I didn't take him most improved. I took Wemby because I just thought they're going to give every award to Wemby they can.
Right.
Dalton Connect, Rookie of the Year.
I parlayed Dalton Kennett and Wemby, and Wemby. It's only been 3 games, so like he can go on an insane run.
Right.
Why do you think Dalton Connect fell in the draft?
This guy's so random.
What do you think?
I just think his age.
Was he
don't know.
23?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
old. He's older. Like
Okay.
I told you before the season, you're like Reed Shepard, Rookie of the Year. Reed Shepard, rookie. I'm like, dude, Reed Shepard is not going to touch the ball in that offense.
He looks like a baby
Where
out there.
Kennett is the only
a
one
grown
who's
man.
really NBA ready.
He's ready.
Like they're saying, the favorite right now is the guy for the Hawks. I don't know. If
The number one
Zach-
pick, Zacharias,
Zachariah,
whatever.
the number one
Kaiser,
pick.
maybe. I'm
Is
not
he
sure.
is he been playing well?
Dude, he's not good.
Is he
he's
still
okay.
the favorite though?
Yeah, he's the favorite. But what
Somebody
I'm saying
will
is,
hop in.
Kennett is going to get real minutes and he's going to have real production on a good team.
Yeah.
He's down to 550.
With a good coach.
Well, Connect's not in the game to take up space. He's literally in the game, and you can tell right away that like they want him shooting.
Yeah. Well, what other rookie? I mean, there's going to be some guys that pop up. Like I think Steven Castle on the Spurs
Stud.
could pop out of nowhere because the opportunity is going to be
Yeah.
there. Whatever one of these rookies gets the volume going, gets hot first, is going to shoot up. It could be, you never know. Say Maxey and all these guys go out.
McCain's been playing.
McKay's been playing, but he's not going to
He's not good enough.
If he got 30 minutes a game, whoever gets 30 minutes a game and gets the volume could win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
It's
And
all
that's
about the
probably
opportunity.
why the Hawks aren't very good. That's probably why that
No, the
French
Hawks
guy,
are going to be fine.
The French guy is number 1 in the odds because of what you just said. Because
Yeah.
he probably
He plays
a
the
lot of minutes.
Like if he averages 15 and 10, they could give him Rookie of the Year this year because there's not anyone who's extremely
I
overwhelming.
mean, 15-10 is great for rookie.
It's like a by
Yeah,
default.
yeah, but like
He's going to get the minutes, and there's
he's going to
not
get the
anybody-
minutes, he's going to get the volume.
I feel like this rookie class has been given a little more shit.
I think
than-
Bronny should win.
I
He
mean,
scored his
McCain,
first
like-
basket.
Yeah, that was cool.
Does McCain? Does
That was
McCain?
cool.
That was a crazy shot too. It was like
Dude.
2 people on him.
in
All right, here's
Cleveland.
my take on Bronny. We all know Bronny's not ready for the NBA. He's not.
Right.
He shouldn't be there. That we're not questioning that. But the way this kid handles himself all the time,
Very
know.
impressive.
like he's not like a cocky dickhead where he could be like, dude, I'm in the NBA. I'm LeBron's kid. Like I got
Yeah.
all the money in the world. He wants it.
Yeah.
He wants to make his own legacy. He's going to go to the G League or the D League, whatever they call it these
right.
days.
Whenever.
He might never come back up. He will come back up at the end of the season.
Right.
I'm hoping for the best for Bronny.
Yeah,
Do I
he's-
think he's great?
No.
Absolutely not. Do I think there's something there where like he could figure out a role and he has the raw talent?
I think
Yeah,
so.
probably.
He's very self-aware. is
Yeah,
what I
that's
sense.
really
Like,
cool.
he's
Good way to put
very,
it.
He's very knows his role. He knows what's going on, and he's not going to make light of it or too much of it.
Very self-aware.
It's a tough spot to be in. Your name is
super
your name is
hard.
LeBron James Jr. and it's funny how like I remember a couple years ago,
Yeah.
Bron came out and said he regrets naming him LeBron Jr. because he didn't want people to know who he is, but like
You named him. LeBron.
you're still LeBron's
Yeah, you
son,
named him
so
Bron.
it's like
They were they losing when he was in? I
Yeah,
couldn't
they got
see if
smoked last night.
Are
Bron,
they
that
any
could be
good?
Bron's last game in Cleveland ever.
LeBron's going to keep playing, I feel like.
I
how
mean-
scripted is it that Bronny's first basket is?
Probably
where
I
he
know. I was
born?
thinking about it too. Like Bron like put his.
He shouldn't have been in the game at that juncture, right?
They were
Like,
down.
he
It was
should've
like
been.
two-
They
it was
were
like
getting
2
blown
minutes.
out.
Yeah, it was like the end of the game.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
getting blown out. Listen. Lakers are good. I think JJ Redick's awesome. We have him for coach of the year at 25-1. Got
He's
to win
already down to
10,000.
like 800. I
Got to
saw.
win 10,000 in that baby.
Yeah.
Come on, let's
when
go.
you're a first year coach, like
Well, here's the
if you
problem.
have the same record as like a Mike, like the
No.
like Mike Malone, for example,
No.
a more established coach,
You're missing the.
someone like JJ Redick, he doesn't need to have as good of a season because he's a first year coach.
Sure.
No, the problem is going to be Joe Mazzulla. If the Celtics are just amazing.
That he's a psycho.
No, it's not that he's a good coach. It's that the Celtics, if they go, I don't know,
Well, did Mazzulla
60
already
and 20.
Did Mazzulla win it already? Did he win it
I don't
last
know.
year?
I don't know. I don't
If he
think
already
so.
got one, I feel like they would lean towards JJ. But if
Dude,
he
I
hasn't
think
got
JJ
coach
it
of the year was Chris Finch.
last year for Minnesota, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
He's a
Good
good
memory.
coach.
This kid's a weirdo.
I'm bad with that. I can't tell you who won like the college football playoff 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's like my worst sports.
What
memories.
else? NBA, I've gotten screwed by Donovan Mitchell a bunch. Cashed me out last night, but he could have really just. I could have hit 67-1. Could have hit some big ones. Tommy's doing his thing as always.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a good NBA
We've
year.
been posting a lot of free plays on Instagram. On
Dude,
Twitter.
the free play on Instagram almost hit 2 last night, 67-1. Like Donovan Mitchell make 3 threes in the first quarter, doesn't make 2 more all game.
Oh my god.
All game, bro. Like,
What do you think of Chet most improved?
I like Chet
fifth.
most
He's like
improved.
fifth on the
Listen,
Most
I
improved
think-
is a weird award. Like these are
is.
guys who are like already very
Yeah.
very
Good.
good.
like in my opinion, I really thought they were gonna give it to Wemby because they want to give him every award they
They
can.
still
He's the
can.
future. They still can. But I think Cade and Paolo are the two
Cade's been
guys.
playing well. I like Cade. Detroit cooked us last night. What was up
Let's
with
let's
that?
talk about Detroit last night. Our good old friend Tobias Harris came back.
I'm happy for him.
Are you?
Give him one regular season game. He probably felt his teammates were playing hard for him. And JB Bickerstaff's a very good coach. I think he kind of. I don't understand why Cleveland
Let him go.
parted ways with him.
Because they weren't going to win shit. That's why. That's the ultimate reason. They have the team to get there. They weren't going to win with him.
They don't have the team to get there, dude.
They have the team to get there. Maybe not win it. Dude,
Who'd they hire? I
you got
forget.
Garland, Mitchell, 2 big studs. You got Struce, Merrill mixing in, Okoro,
Black.
like
Niang.
Niang. Niang stinks on defense.
Yeah.
But like that's a team that like if they change from defensive mindset to like go,
Right.
you never know. They got pieces.
yeah.
And they probably like Donovan Mitchell probably had a big say. He's probably like, this guy's not it. You
Yeah,
wanna keep
Donovan
me
Mitchell
around,
probably
get
was
him
like,
out.
I want to be able to score 120 points and not focus on
Slow it
defense.
down.
Yeah,
We're like mid. Who'd they lose to last year? Orlando in the playoffs?
yeah,
Yeah. It's two,
yeah.
teams kind of going in opposite directions.
But Tobias came back, had 19. We needed him for 20 and 25. Classic. He missed a layup, easy jump shots. But like the way Tobias Harris scores, bro, it just like lobs to the around the rim, and he's just like open around the rim, and he just puts it in. Like he's not making shots. He made a couple.
Towards the end
Corner
of the game, the
three.
Sixers weren't even playing
Yeah, like
any defense.
did Maxey play?
Yeah,
Are we
30.
just that bad?
yeah, 30. Yeah, we're not, dude. I mean, listen, like we're playing Eric Gordon and Kyle Lowry.
I know. I can't.
I mean, think
can't
about that. Like,
play McCain. Like, what are we doing?
it's 2024. Eric Gordon was a stud at Indiana in
We were
what
like
2008,
Yeah, we were like 5 years
2007,
old.
08 with
2007, 2008. Like he's a great role player. Kyle Lowry also great role player. These guys should not be playing the minutes.
These
Wait till
guys
Paul
should be-
George and Embiid come back. Sixers are going to dominate.
Funny thing about Eric Gordon, he originally committed to Illinois.
Stop.
A lot of people don't know that. He committed to Illinois, and then Kelvin Sampson made an illegal phone call, which swayed his decision. and
This
ended
guy
up
knows the
getting-
most
He
random
got,
shit.
he got fired for that, right?
Yeah, which is really stupid because like
Kelvin
look at him
Sampson's a
now.
good
Look
coach.
at him at Houston now.
Right.
Like he's a complete stud.
How do you feel about IU this year? Just 30 seconds.
I think their preseason top 25. I think they probably had the best transfer portal year of any team in the country.
Ballo.
Omar Ballo, Miles Rice from Washington State, really shifty, crafty point
All right,
guard.
that's enough of that. We're not talking college basketball yet. We'll let you have a college,
College
basketball
basketball will
segment.
be soon.
Yeah, yeah. We'll
You took
get
a
there.
couple conference winners, I believe. No.
I took a big lay of almost every conference winner.
We could save it for basketball.
Save it
we
for
could
basketball.
Save it, but
Let's keep talking.
Rest in peace, Coach Raheem.
Yeah,
from
very sad.
South Florida.
They
In
were
his
good.
first season, took a team that won single-digit games the year before,
Conference
won their
champs.
conference championship outright.
That's where Taco Fall
And this
went,
guy
right?
was
Yeah.
That team was good.
Yeah.
he
went to
UCF.
UCF.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
I'm sorry.
He was
USF.
teed up for a big-time job. Was going to have a great season with them, and they were
So
plus
sad.
1,200 to win the conference, which I put in my parlay. And
What are they in?
Dude, what are you
Big
talking about now?
American.
Are you
American.
you just said he died,
Yeah, he died. Their head
Yeah.
coach.
but now you're turning this into gambling? Like,
Yeah. No, he had already
I bet
had it.
prior to his death because I
Yeah.
loved the spot at plus 1,200 of them winning the conference again with bringing back a lot of the same guys.
how'd he die?
Complications with a medical procedure during
fucked.
surgery.
Jeez, tough.
So
And he was like,
we're rooting for them.
in
over
terms
here.
of rising stars
Wait,
and coaching.
what USF?
Yeah,
Oh,
South
we're rooting for
Florida.
USF. We're gonna take them.
No, I know, and I think they still have a great roster.
They were
and,
good
like,
last year. They could
were
score.
good.
but it's crazy
Temple.
to
That was
see.
Temple beat them. Yeah, in the
Temple beat them.
Yeah.
I had Temple.
Yeah, Temple rocks.
All right, we'll come back to college basketball.
Yeah,
Let's
we can-
continue with the NBA.
NBA.
Some
Well, we haven't hit on the Sixers. I know I haven't really watched much, but Dylan's dad had a lot of words to say about Embiid last night.
You know, he's one of those, a lot of Philly dads, they text you being like, where's the 7-foot baby with a little laughing emoji that
Yeah.
just learned about
Listen,
emojis.
I don't care if Embiid doesn't play.
I'm with you.
As long as we make the playoffs, I don't give it. As long as he's healthy and we make the playoffs, let him pay the $100,000 fine if he doesn't want to play.
But
I mean,
what if this
we've said this for years. Like, make sure he's healthy for the playoffs, and now they're actually doing it, and people are like,
You know
up in
why
arms.
they got fined? They got fined for what he said, not for. They
Right.
agree with
Public
how they're.
statements
They
on
agree
his-
with how the Sixers are handling his injuries.
Right.
They're fine with that. They're mad that he said he's not going to play back to backs. Dude, all you could have said was, I'm
Yeah.
probably going to play 20, 25 minutes of back to backs.
Yeah.
Maybe like I'm not saying you're not going to play after you just get 60 mil a year. I think.
Yeah. It's
Tough
the whole
one.
thing, and they're being
Tough
a little shady about it. They're saying he's scrimmaging 5-on-5, but he won't play in games yet.
You know what he should have done? Shouldn't have done the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like you're always hurt.
So dumb.
Yeah.
They
You're always
would've won
hurt.
so dumb.
They would've
be
won
on the
without
team
him.
and not play. Like, I don't understand why he
He didn't need to do the Olympics. Like I get it. The one time in your career you want to do it, cool. But like you're coming off an injury where you
Right.
couldn't even play. You're in the off season. Like, dude, just chill out.
Do you think Joel Embiid is actually hurt right now, or they're just managing him long
Managing.
term? I do too. I think there's nothing that's lingering. He's just, why rush him out for a game in October?
Yeah, but fast forward 2 months.
Dude,
what if they are
Mike.
on this? What if they're going win one, lose two, win one, lose two for
Right.
the next 3 months? Then what do? Do you scramble to get them on the floor?
As long as they make the
Like,
playoffs.
I mean, listen, they were the 7th seed last year and they lost. Like, it does
As long
matter.
as they make the playoffs, I don't
kind
care.
of need.
they
to
were
be
the 7th seed last year with him. Like,
He
No,
missed
he
time.
missed the last month of the season.
I think they need to be a top 4 seed to have any real shot. I mean,
Dude, I'm not scared of anybody in the East.
me neither. But like,
With the team we have assembled right now, we're deep. We have players. We have role players. If Embiid's healthy, Paul George's healthy, Tyrese Maxey's healthy, I'm not scared of anybody.
are they gonna play? Like, when is Max? When is
Okay, I'm scared of Celtics. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
they're
Don't
insane.
quote that. Don't clip that. I'm scared of the Celtics. Besides that, I'm not scared of anybody.
Not the Knicks.
The Knicks, they lost some. Right now, they don't have a good perimeter game.
Yeah.
Like losing Dante hurts. Like McBride's a dog.
Right.
Brunson's not like the best like 3-point shooter. Like create his own like 3-point shot.
Yeah.
Cat's good on the perimeter, and then OG and Bridges are
And
hit
they
or
lost.
miss.
They lost Hartenstein, who kind of killed us.
Dude, Hartenstein was great.
He did kill.
Hartenstein was great. He's hurt. He's hurt. So yeah, the Thunder might be really good when he's back.
Any other like sleeper teams you like? I know it's only 5 games, 4 games.
I mean, the
but
Pistons have been in every game.
Okay.
They're not going to be good this year. They're going to show flashes of being good, and then next year's when they take that step.
and they keep getting screwed in the draft, but I feel like they have been stockpiling.
Who
good
else? Let me
pieces.
take a quick look.
How have like the Kings been? I know they added a few.
I hate
pieces.
DeMar DeRozan there.
DeMar, yeah, that's a team that just plays slow. And Golden State.
No, they play fast.
play
DeMar
fast.
makes them slow.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's slow. Golden State, I watched a few minutes of the other night. They still look like they kind of got some juice.
It's just like, dude, Buddy Hield goes to Golden State Warriors, and it's like they have Klay Thompson all over again.
I kind of was sick when we got rid of him. I thought.
I
he was
mean, we
great.
didn't give him a fair chance, honestly. Like,
I liked him. I mean, he was
He's
missing
great.
shots, but like I liked his aggressiveness. I thought it helped us.
dude,
I'd rather
Buddy
have
Hield
him
saved
than-
the season.
I'd rather have him than Lowry,
Dude, I'd rather him than Eric Gordon.
and then Eric. I mean, Eric Morey just gives his old players.
All right, let me see. Any sleepers? I mean, maybe the Bulls.
Are they any good?
I mean, they have a dude. I feel like DeMar DeRozan's just kind of like
He's maybe slowed them down.
slowed them down.
Who
Like,
is their rookie? Matthias, the white bull.
he's
supposed
not
to
really
be-
doing anything. But
Okay.
Giddey's playing well.
Giddey, yeah.
Vooch and Kobe White and Levine are like a solid nucleus. All this.
Aya.
Io, yeah.
Io,
They
yeah.
they got a big guy they paid recently too, right?
Vooch or
No,
Pat
like
Williams.
Yeah.
They're okay. I'm not going to say they're great, but they have a good little thing without DeMar. I think DeMar might be the same issue for the Kings. They're really good playing through Fox and Sabonis.
Yeah.
And
It just
Monk, when he
sucks
comes
that
off the bench,
Celtics are the Celtics.
DeRozan touches the ball like all the time. Fucks up the prop market too. Let's pivot to NFL.
Yeah, that's perfect. We're
yeah.
week 9 now. We got a big
Week
game
9,
tonight.
seen a lot of things in the betting markets through 9 weeks. You got guys that still haven't scored. Travis Kelce's got his first touchdown. Trey McBride hasn't scored yet.
Right. Although the tight ends did ball out this past
Tight ends
week.
balled out, and I can't tell you how sick I woke up Monday morning that
Fergie.
Jake Ferguson didn't score.
I mean, he never fucking.
He's
scores.
scoring this week.
They don't even. He doesn't
They
get
suck.
enough looks. He doesn't get a lot of. Like, he should get a lot of looks in the red zone. He's clearly their best red zone target besides CD.
You're right.
But when things tighten up there, obviously CD's
got-
going to have a few people on.
Bro,
got
he
two
had
16-year-old
CD.
running backs.
That's the problem. It's hard to, as a defense, it's easier to cover a tight end when you're not running the fucking football.
Right.
Like,
you hit a nice tight end lay.
Yeah, you were one of the million of people that hit a tight
no,
end
it wasn't
parlay.
tight end. It was Marvin Harrison Jr. And a few receivers.
There was a couple receivers.
Mark
in there.
Andrews.
Kate Otten, I think.
Kate Otten was free.
Kate Otten was free because he got so many like him at the end of that game they lost.
He's gonna
against
do it
the
again.
Falcons, or no, who was
I have
it?
him in fantasy.
Yeah, Falcons.
The Falcons.
He's going to do it again this week. They have no receivers. Kate Otten,
Wait, did you see the Kyle Pitts second touchdown? That
should have
was
been a touchdown.
100% a fumble.
yeah.
Like clear as
And
day.
they don't have a pile on camera for that. Like, dude, what
What are you
again?
doing?
They're shit. It's 2024.
I think
How
the
do you
fact
not
that they don't have
pile
like
on
a chip in the football is so dumb. Just to know exactly where they went out of bounds.
a good idea. We should
like,
think of that.
Like I get it. Like they don't want to take the refs out of the game, but like you
Yeah.
need that.
Dude, the NFL has been a really good product the last couple weeks. And our Philadelphia Eagles, if they play football like they played last week,
Oh my god,
they can beat anybody.
that was an amazing.
That was the
game.
first time in a year they played downhill the whole game. They ran the ball, they threw the ball down the field, the defense was flying. I was so out on them.
Right.
I was so out on the Eagles. Like they're not good. They're beating bad teams, but
Yeah.
watching them do that, it's like, yo, this is there.
Even
it's there.
Even like late in the first half, they had only had 3 points, but it felt like they were calling great plays. They were mixed. They had, I checked. They had 12 passes, 12 runs. Everything felt like it was a good intention. And then Sirianni just brilliantly ended the half, giving them no time, scoring a touchdown, which I don't know if Hurts actually got in, but it's besides the point. And then getting the ball right back
Yeah.
and just taking
dude,
them out of it.
Credit to Howie for like finding his defensive guys, like
Yeah.
Cooper DeJean,
Stud.
Quinyon Mitchell, stud.
Stud.
Dude, I think I was wrong about N'Kobe Dean. Like I think N'Kobe
He's
Dean's
stud.
good.
And Bond's a stud.
Bond's a stud.
D-line's weak. It feels like they're just going in the right direction.
Yeah,
I don't
they
see them
need
slowing down.
one edge rusher because Josh Huff is not the guy that we really thought he was.
Bryce Huff, Josh
Bryce
Sweat.
Huff, I'm sorry.
Well, both of them. You
I said Josh Huff was
Isn't
wrong.
Josh off a receiver?
He
Josh
was
Huff was a receiver on the
he,
Eagles. He got arrested
he got
for
DUI.
he got arrested for bringing a gun to Jersey over the bridge.
He returned a kick for a touchdown against the Titans. I remember.
Yeah, Josh Huff. He went to Oregon.
Yeah, that was Chip Kelly. Guy.
That's a crazy pull. Josh Huff, Oregon. Chip
He,
Kelly
he
guy.
was tough. He looked like he could play.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
but
that much.
I love what we saw the Eagles. The Bengals might stink.
God, their defense sucks.
Bengals might really stink, and it's I got a hot take. Like, I'm not the biggest Joe Burrow fan.
He's fine. Like,
I just
He
don't-
wants to leave so bad.
really?
I think so.
Why would he wanna
want
leave
to
Jamar
an
Chase?
organization?
They went to the Super Bowl.
I think that screwed his. That's going to screw his whole career because
Right.
that set a pedestal for Joe Burrow
Jalen,
that he
same
should be
thing.
here, and I don't think he's going to get back there.
Doesn't feel it. I mean,
Maybe one day.
also like getting rid of Joe Mixon might have hurt them more than it seems. Like obviously,
Nah, Chase
running
Brown's
backs,
amazing.
He is, but like Mixon's on a winning team now.
They don't
and
use them.
stud.
They don't use the running backs that much.
In
like
Houston?
no, in
Oh, in Cincy.
Cincinnati. Like you got Chase Brown, Zach Moss. All right, Chase Brown's a stud,
He is.
and
I
you're
just feel like they
struggling
don't
on
have
defense.
their
Run the
def-
ball.
Yeah. They
Take the
don't-
time of possession.
They're
Keep-
just also like they're throwing to like Mike Gesicki too much. Like love the guy.
No,
Shout
they're
out
not.
Penn State.
They're not throwing to Mike Gesicki. They're not. They're barely throwing to Mike Gesicki.
Well, against the
Sunday,
Eagles,
they threw to Mike Gesicki.
It's like well, I guess because Higgins was out, but Yoshivas had no catches.
Yeah.
Like you.
They
gotta get other
haven't
guys
used Mike
involved.
Gesicki. They have a guy named Eric All Jr. He's a
Yeah.
pretty good blocker, so they keep him on the field a lot.
Yeah.
Like Gesicki only played like 20% of the snaps a week before,
Right.
but yeah, I mean
he
he
had a
played.
bad fumble. But
I think the
Eagles look great.
Steelers might be kind of good.
Good for them. They're fun.
Yeah, Steelers might be kind of good. There's
What
a
do you-
lot of
what do you
there's a
think
lot of
about-
bad teams in the NFL.
So many.
A
Like
lot of
like,
a lot of 2 and 6 teams.
endless amount of bad teams. What do you
Jets.
think about the Colts making that change to Flacco? A
I mean,
lot,
dude,
like,
you want to win football games, you got to go with the guy that can throw. Like, I don't really care about him tapping out, saying he's tired. Like, you can't do that. I don't think that's why he was benched.
Sure.
If that makes sense. I think Shane Steichen, we know him very well.
Right.
You're a 4-4 football team. There's a lot of bad teams in the AFC.
Yeah.
Our best chance to win week in, week out is to have a good offense.
But long term, you've kind of totally fucked with this kid's mental.
Dude.
You've given him 10 games.
That draft, there was never a good quarterback in that draft besides Stroud. And I was honestly skeptical of Stroud because of the Ohio State curse.
Sure.
But I think he's going to prove me wrong. Bryce Young, never believed in him.
No,
Because
he
I
sucks.
gambled on every game of his at Alabama, and it was a struggle.
He's just small.
It's not even that he's small. He never had it.
Right.
Like, they struggled to beat bad teams at Alabama, like Auburn. They struggled to beat them the 1 year. And, like,
Yeah.
he made the plays that he had to make, but that's what he should have done as a Heisman Trophy winner.
Right.
An Alabama quarterback. Will Levis stinks.
So bad.
Anthony Richardson stinks at throwing.
Yeah. I mean, people have been defending him a bit, saying there were bad drops, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, he's got a great arm.
I mean, if they win that game and they're 5-3, tied with Houston, it's like a completely different story.
There's too many dumb mistakes, and it's a struggle. Every offensive possession is a struggle.
Yeah. And,
Now,
and
now
Sykin's a good coach, so it's really
Steichen
not
a very
him.
good coach. Now you give the ball to Jonathan Taylor 20 times a game,
Right.
set up the play action for a bomb to Josh Downs,
Right.
Pittman. Like
Pittman's kind of stinking.
Mo Alley Cox is going to be the biggest winner of Joe Flacco because Joe Flacco
Yeah.
knows how to use his tight ends.
How about Jameis? Speaking of backups.
Jameis,
Stud,
yeah,
man.
dude. Again, I wonder what's Kevin Stefanski's record without Deshaun Watson.
Probably better
Like
than
when
with, for
Brissett was
sure.
there, when he first got there and didn't play, they were
They were
winning.
like 5-3 or something, maybe.
Watson goes down last year. Joe Flacco comes in, they win.
Oh, yeah.
Watson goes down this year.
1-0.
There, you find the common denominator. The common denominator is Deshaun Watson. Has nothing to do with him being a scumbag, which he
Yeah,
is.
right.
Just as a pure football player,
It doesn't work.
This guy stinks.
Yeah.
He might not stink elsewhere. He stinks here. For
Yeah.
our football
I'm
team,
saying it's the
you
worst,
stink.
worst player transaction in sports history.
It's bad.
Might be
It's up there.
recency bias could be playing.
I mean,
into that.
dude, look at Dak. They gave him like the most money ever, like 2
That's
weeks
not-
ago.
Dak's gonna be fine.
Dak's going to be fine.
Yeah, but
Dak's on the Dallas Cowboys. They will pay to get everything around him when they're hurt. They're hurt.
Jerry might cut bait sooner or later if he keeps sucking.
Dude, Jerry's not cutting bait with Dak.
Jerry's gonna die with that team in his hand.
Yeah. But yeah,
He needs to.
Oh wait, how about the Commanders? They're awesome.
they're fake good.
They're awesome.
not.
They're fake good.
They
Tell me who they beat. Tell me who they beat.
They have so
That
much
doesn't
belief.
matter.
6-2 in the NFL. Jaden Daniels is 1 of 1. He's him. 6-2 in the NFL is 6-2.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Tell me who they beat. You can tell
Chicago,
me Chicago,
New York.
bad team, good defense, horrible offense.
I have no
New
idea.
York should have easily lost that game.
Right.
Malik
They didn't
Neighbors
score a touchdown.
dropped it, didn't score a touchdown.
Neighbors.
They still won.
Neighbors
Stop.
thinks he's so good.
Stop talking.
Who else they
There's
beat?
two.
Dallas? I don't know.
They lost to the Bucks. Good team.
Yeah, week 1.
They beat the Cardinals.
And Cincy. Yeah.
They beat the Cardinals. Cool. They smoked Cincy.
Smoke Cincy.
As we're seeing now,
Yeah,
bad team.
not a great team.
Smoked the Browns. As we're seeing now,
Yeah.
bad team.
Yeah.
There's one more.
I don't know who else, but you've hit the
There's
nail
one
on the
more.
head.
You got to. I got to find it. I'll tell you right now. Panthers. They smoked the Panthers.
yeah.
So they're 6-2. Credit to them. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
Right.
Once they I want to see them versus the good teams.
Well, we play them Thursday night in 2 weeks. That's going to be an amazing game.
We're gonna win.
I like to think we'll win. I mean, what do you think about this game against the Jags coming up Sunday?
I mean,
7.5
I don't even want
points.
to watch.
Yeah. I'm kind of mad they flexed it out of a night game. That would have been cool. Dougie P. Eagles.
They're down their top 2 receivers. Like Trevor Lawrence is a mess. Like
They're just leaving.
They're
Doug
bleeding.
they're leaving Doug as coach for this game to get honored by
Yeah.
the Eagles, and then they're going to.
Well, he already played here, which is weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
we smoked them.
Yeah.
In the rain.
In the rain.
I was gonna go
I think that was last year, maybe 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Did Tobias get a thank you?
I don't know.
Dylan,
Video
we're
last
not.
night?
We're not on that. We're done with that. We're past that. You
All right.
dummy.
Nah,
A
'cause
little more NFL, and
this
then we
has
can
got to
touch
stay
on
fluent if you
touch
want to
on
be
college
here.
football maybe.
No,
before we go.
NFL. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't want Commanders fans jumping down my throat saying like, "How could you say that? 6-2 is great." You struggled versus a good defense
Yeah.
and won on a Hail Mary.
Right.
Amazing play of the year. I want to see you play real teams.
What do you think about Tyreek Stevenson? Should they cut him?
Not gonna cut him. He's an idiot.
Right.
You like, I don't know.
You can't do
You got to
that.
be humbled sometimes. Like he's not the reason they lost, but that was just an
Sure.
asshole bonehead move.
Also, there's a take I saw on Twitter. When are teams going to start realizing you should rush 5 or 6 instead of 3 on Hail Marys?
Never, because the one time you do that,
They're
You're
not.
gonna get
I mean,
burned.
they did that against Minnesota. Detroit did that against Minnesota, and they sacked him like to end the game.
Yeah.
I would rather do that than have him just.
You know
although
who's-
Daniels would just dance around.
you know who's sneaky. You know they're gonna beat us too when we go there.
Minnesota. Who do we
The
play?
Rams.
L.A.
The Rams.
I think they're sneaky too. They started 0-3, but like you.
They were
kinda
about
knew
to
they
trade their whole
fine.
team. Now they're 3-4. They're right back in it. The Seahawks stink.
The
The
Niners
49ers are struggling.
Yeah, and the Cardinals honestly should be better than
The Cardinals are kind of good.
but they don't win. They're 2-5 or whatever.
No, they're kind of good now.
Didn't they? Oh, they did win. They won against.
They beat Miami.
Miami sucks.
They beat the Chargers barely. I actually like the Cardinals,
right.
but when it comes to the playoffs again, like
They're
the
not.
game changes and Kyler is just small in the playoffs.
And he can't really find Marvin. They've had some
Yeah.
miscommunications. it seems
No,
like.
listen, there's a lot of bad AFC teams. The Chiefs are juggernauts, obviously. I
But
like
they're beatable.
I like what the Chargers are doing. They're probably
Best
not.
defense in the league.
Yeah, they're probably not going to go anywhere. But like they've also kind of like handcuffed Herbert.
Yeah.
Maybe because they don't have receivers.
Jalen Rager.
But Herbert is a gunslinger.
He's amazing.
Like, I want to see more gunslinging out of Herbert.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. They're kind of just trying to win their own way. A lot of low-scoring games, but Dobbins has been good for them.
Dobbs has been great.
The Lions
Gotta
are
stay healthy.
unbelievable.
Lions are
Juggernauts.
juggernaut. They are the team to beat in the NFC this year.
That offense is insane.
Jameson Williams,
He's coming back soon, right? And he was suspended.
I think two to 4 games.
Something
I don't
like
know
that.
which one is that.
I mean, Gibbs is amazing.
Gibbs is amazing. Montgomery's
The whole
amazing.
team is,
You can't
the
even,
makeup of their team is perfect.
dude. Shout out Jared Goff. Like think
He's
about
great.
Jared Goff
I
real
know.
quick. Number 1 pick, Carson Wentz number 2. Like we
Right.
were the
People
Eagles,
thought
thought
Carson
Wentz
was
was better.
obviously the better one at first.
and Carson was better.
Sure.
Carson was better.
And Goff was good in LA. There's no reason to say he wasn't.
Goff's hands are my size. When he was in LA, he just like was so felt intimidated when he played. He played timid.
Yeah.
On the Lions, he's a dog.
He's perfect.
He's a dog.
He's great.
He's so smart.
He knows how to throw the ball down the field. Play action's great.
That Rams team, what? It was Gurley, Cup,
They scored 3 points in the Super Bowl.
Bobby Wood. I fell asleep. I remember watching him. I literally fell asleep.
Robert Woods,
What was the
Brandon
worst? It was
Cooks.
like 13 to
Brandon
10 or
Cooks.
13 to 3 or something.
Yeah, 13-3
Yeah,
sounds right.
they scored
That
3
was
points
so
in the Super
bad.
Bowl, and
that
they-
was the year after the Eagles, which was probably the best Super Bowl ever.
Yeah, that was the Eagles Super Bowl. It was
I
amazing.
mean,
Shout out Nick Foles.
objectively, like an.
You think Nick
unbelievable
Foles is going
game.
to the game on Sunday?
Well, they just honored him the other.
I know,
game
but Doug
they
Peterson's
lost.
back.
They might. He's got his whole brand now. He's doing.
Do you think the Eagles would bring Doug Peterson in a role if he gets fired? Like
No, I don't think he would want to. They had such like an ugly falling out with
But
him
that's-
wanting control of the
get over it,
coaches. Where would they put him? I
Well,
mean,
I don't know. I'm just saying that the Packers did that with Robert
with Saleh. But he's an offensive consultant, which is so weird because he's a defensive guy.
You know why? You know why?
Just as
'Cause they
He's
wanna-
like, if you set up like this is how I'm gonna look at you
Right.
from the defense.
it's smart. I mean, he's obviously a
Yeah.
good coach. He's a bad head coach. I thought.
I mean, listen, the Jets are cursed.
Jets are so bad.
They're
But you,
cursed.
You knew that going in. Rodgers is a fucking skeleton.
I think there's more to Robert Saleh firing than
There might
anyone
be.
thinks.
The Jets
We're
may-
not going to get into
But
it.
they're a,
But
they're a bad
The
organization.
Jets are like the opposite of the Steelers. The Steelers, like, no person's bigger than the organization. Whereas,
Right.
like, the Jets, like Woody Johnson, they love the idea of Aaron Rodgers
Personality.
being that hot ticket item that
Sure.
like gets them through the door.
I really think they win tonight, and if they don't, they might honestly just like bench Rod. I don't know what they'd do if they lose tonight.
I think it's funny, like, and I like you look at this, like Zach Wilson, like he deserves another
He was
shot somewhere
he was
else
like
because
3-2 with them.
he's
last
clearly
year.
a talented player. Like
I don't know if he deserves another shot, but he's like he's a fine backup.
I don't know, man. You look at all these quarterbacks who like Sam Darnold's a perfect example. The
Yeah,
Jets
but
are an
it took
organization
it
that,
took Sam Darnold a few years backing up.
like so much of a player's success is really the team that you're on.
For sure.
I think like Bryce Young deserves another shot.
Being like the backup quarterback in San Francisco is
Bryce
probably
Young-
like the best job to set you up for
yeah,
success.
Bryce Young deserves another shot. But all of these young quarterbacks, like you gotta sit. You can't. Like, there's only
Yeah.
certain dogs that can come into the NFL and be ready to go right away and win.
The problem is these coaches have such a short shelf life
Yeah.
that if they don't start them and they suck, they're just gonna get fired.
yeah.
So they get handcuffed.
I,
early.
I actually don't think Bryce Young's going to ever be good
no,
personally.
he's
but
too
I
good.
think Richardson could be good.
He'll be fine. Like they just
I even think Levis could be fine because he has a good
he's
arm.
a dog. He's a dog.
Like I just don't. I see Bryce Young and I see a little boy.
And the Titans have nobody, and they have like
Titans are going nowhere
a
fast.
1-year head coach.
It sucks, man. You think
I
he's
think he
done?
was the offensive coordinator for Houston, so maybe that's why Houston struggled a little bit too. They lost him.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Houston's 6-2, but I watched them and I'm like, this is a struggle.
Every
Besides
game.
Mixon,
Yeah.
it's a struggle to get anyone the ball.
And they just beat Indy, which I thought they were going to lose that. It just felt like the
Yeah,
stars
but
were aligning.
Anthony Richardson gifted them
Yeah.
a touchdown or 3 points in the end of the first half.
So
All right, we got to wrap this up soon.
Titans are
We got to go
trash.
play golf. How long has it been?
40 minutes.
Perfect.
Let's go like 5-10 more. You guys like any
I got at
plays
least-
for
I got
tonight?
like
Maybe 5 more minutes.
5
more
minutes.
What do you guys like for tonight? A little free play. Or just
Tonight I like Devontae Adams over 55.5 yards.
okay.
I think he might score twice. What else do I like
I
tonight?
like the Jets.
I like the Jets. CJ Stroud rushing yards. I think the
I
Jets
like
get pressure.
25. It's so inflated. It's like plus 600 for 25 or more rushing yards.
for CJ Stroud.
Okay.
Well, you got to think the Jets are probably going to put pressure on them. He's going to have to get out of the pocket and move a little bit.
Devontae touchdown, Dalton Schultz touchdown, Brees Hall 25 receiving yards, Aaron Rodgers 220. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw for over 200 yards tonight, I don't even know.
He might not. I feel like
I
he
don't even
doesn't.
understand.
Nah, he might
like,
throw for 3 and 4 touchdowns tonight too.
He could.
He might dot it up tonight. Like,
These
yo,
defenses are not.
this is a
great.
buy low spot on Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is so like the thing he said this week about like I've been in the darkness. Like you got to embrace it. Like he speaks in like Instagram captions.
does
It's
Jalen.
Really,
Bro,
yeah,
I
Jalen-
love Aaron Rodgers.
Why?
You're just a hater.
No, I'm not. He,
Bro,
like-
Aaron Rodgers is the man.
No, it's frustrating because if any other person was in the position he's in now,
But they're not.
And
They're not
talk
Aaron
this
Rodgers.
game,
They're not Aaron
why
Rodgers.
does he get this leniency?
Because he's Aaron Rodgers.
He's been in the league.
He's
for-
a fucking
and
legend.
and it's the Jets, and they've put themselves.
He's
in
a
this-
legend. It's
this
like Tom Brady.
spot.
Is he a legend because of the player he was, or because of his like the way he acts?
Bro, the
He's a
player
legend
he
for
was.
The player he was.
Like,
But that
are
was
you
a while
dumb?
ago. It was a while
It was a
ago.
while ago.
I don't care if it was a while ago.
No,
2 years ago.
If he was on like Tampa Bay or like, he'd be great. Like the Jets are just cursed.
The Jets are cursed.
And he put
but Aaron
himself in that
Rodgers, like, dude,
position.
what's he going to go up there and say, oh, I'm so sad my team's losing. Like, why did I come back? No, he's going to be like,
Yeah.
shut the
He
fuck
said
up.
it's really
He's
hard.
an E guy. He had his pick of the litter of teams to go to when he left Green Bay. And I'm a firm believer, going back to what I just said,
He's a firm
he went
believer.
to New York Jets because he saw it as an opportunity to kind of run the organization, which
Yeah.
he obviously has done.
I don't totally
And
disagree.
they're,
I don't
they're
disagree.
an
I don't
organization that
disagree.
allows that.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to go to the
Who's
Steelers.
your GM, Joe Douglas?
Former
Eagle guy.
The Steelers needed a quarterback back then.
Yeah.
He could have easily went to them, but I don't think the style of
Right.
Mike Tomlin sitting him down and saying, "I don't care who you are, Hall of
Right.
Fame player in the future. No one's bigger than the team."
Dude, because
the Jets, Woody Johnson come into office. He's like,
Dude, he's
"You're bigger
done
than the
that.
team."
He's done that his whole career with
He
the
has.
Packers.
No, you're right. He has done
Why
that.
does he not deserve a chance to fucking do what he wants and be the
Because
guy?
it doesn't work in the
doesn't
NFL.
That's
Like,
a lie. It
you
worked for
see
Tom Brady. It
organizations
worked
that
for Tom Brady in the Bucks his second stint.
It does,
worked.
But Brady is like,
It worked.
yeah.
Bitch.
Brady would never go to the
Who
Jets.
do they have
though,
around
also.
him though? What team was better, that Bucks team or this Jets team?
Obviously,
Obviously
because
the
Tom Brady
Bucks,
built a
but-
fucking good juggernaut
But to
on
be
that
fair,
team.
Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, Brees Hall is fucking unreal.
Yeah,
And
the
they can't
offensive
win.
line stinks. Tyrone Smith stinks.
Conklin stinks too. I'm sorry.
I don't care. The defense stinks too, dude.
The defense
the
so
Jets,
bad.
The Jets secondary is horrible. It is the fakest good
They should hire
rating
Rex
secondary
Ryan.
ever. Sauce Gardner is dog shit.
They should hire Rex Ryan.
Bro, Sauce Gardner, watch the games.
Sauce Gardner's not very physical. Like he's
Watch the games.
He's not
They,
very,
they all get cooked. They could have the good individual stats at the end of the year because they
Right.
have a couple good games and that
And
inflates
they'll
them.
let you know if they
They
do.
get cooked.
Yeah.
Every game they got cooked by the Steelers.
But we
They
think
got
win
cooked by
tonight.
the Vikings.
Are the Vikings legit?
Yeah. Sam Darnold's
They've
legit.
lost a couple in a row though. They lost
It's kind of
two.
crazy. They were going to start J.J. McCarthy over Sam Darnold.
So dumb.
Again, another guy who's not ready.
They would have had 3 wins with him,
Maybe.
right?
Like, Justin Jefferson would have bitching to get him out of there.
Yeah, and they just signed him.
Jordan Addison's bitching to get out of there.
He's good. I guess.
He said free 3.
Jesus.
That's his number, Dylan. I know you don't know. 3 is his number. And that means
So-
free him means, like, let him go.
Absolutely massive game this weekend in State College, Ohio State, Penn State. How do we feel?
What's the spread?
Ohio State like 3.5.
Ohio State's going to dog him.
Their quarterback Will Howard's like, I'm so pumped.
Ohio State's going to dog him.
I hope not.
Yeah, the Wisconsin game, Penn State, like they didn't
mean,
win
it's
that
Penn
game.
State.
Like
They
Wisconsin's
suck.
just not very good.
Ohio State. This is a bold prediction because I've kind of been. I don't really watch like Penn State like that, and there's some fucking Penn State gobblers in the Discord.
I'm
Tommy.
sure.
Ohio State's gonna dog Penn State.
I hope
That
not.
might be
I
a
would
freezing
hope
cold
so.
take.
It's
That'd be
in
great.
it's in State College, so hopefully that plays into it a little bit.
I actually like. I'm not gonna lie. I want Penn State to win.
Yeah, we're
Cause
yeah.
I want Penn State to win.
Yeah.
Just because like I
It'd be
want them to
fun.
beat.
They always lose.
But they always lose.
Yeah.
And Will Howard from there.
Yeah.
Penn State didn't want him.
Yeah.
Now he's at Ohio State, the biggest rival, number 1 team in the country versus number 3 or 2.
It's number 2 versus number 3. That's crazy. Number
Give me
one is,
the Buckeyes, dude. You bet against the Buckeyes. Like everyone's gonna take Penn State because it's home,
and they're dogs. It's fun.
and they beat Wisconsin, and Ohio State looked like dog shit versus Nebraska. Dude, a Matt Rule coach team's always gonna give you a fight. Matt Rule's a good coach.
Not that rule, Ryan Day.
No, I'm talking
sorry,
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you're the
Indiana Hoosiers.
Indiana Hoosiers are nice.
They're
Are
really
they?
good.
All right,
yeah.
wrap
Could
the
they
shit
make
up.
the
Go
playoffs?
Indiana. Yeah, they're gonna make the playoffs. Indiana.
I love
All right,
it.
wrap the shit up. That's a good episode of Lounge Talk. I'm my boy Funk. This goofy guy Dylan. You can't see him. You want to come over here?
Yeah,
Just
baby.
come sit right here so people can see your face. Right next to Daddy. Come in here,
Love you guys. We
dude.
got some good plays tonight.
You got
Ride
talking to
hot
the
hand.
mic.
Yeah, I'm talking into the mic.
Yo.
Yo.
Bro. All right, get out of here. Cut it off. I'm hot.
Peace,
Come
boys.
on!